What is going on, guys? It is the Coaster Crusader here, and today I am here to debunk a major complaint in the coaster community and to some members of the general public, and that is the common misconception that Green Lantern is a terrible coaster. In this video, we are going to be talking about some general information about Green Lantern, the ride's history, and finally, the secret to achieving a comfortable and thrilling ride on a one-of-a-kind coaster. Now, a lot of people like to give this funny look when I say that Green Lantern is my third favorite coaster in the park, or when I say this ride placed in my top 20 coasters. And I stand with my decision firmly. Green Lantern is a really intense ride that offers a unique riding experience of a dying breed of coasters while also providing the park with a smoother, more reliable ride compared to its predecessor, Great American Scream Machine. In addition, this ride holds a lot of sentimental value for me, serving as the stomping grounds for my future as a coaster enthusiast when it opened in 2011. Despite these benefits Lantern brings to the park, some guests ironically prefer Scream Machine over this ride, some saying that the pain on this ride is worse than what Scream Machine delivered. The most common complaint this ride gets is the uncontrollable headbanging people experience and the unexplainable pain of having a vasectomy on this ride. Well, believe it or not, all of this pain can be avoided with just a few simple steps. I have been riding Lantern since the ride opened in 2011, and every time I come off this ride, I want to ride it again and again, one time riding it 18 times in a row. And I decided after a while, why not make a video about this ride to help my friends and curious guests out there willing to give Lantern another shot. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, before I can share some tips with you guys, let's take a quick moment to talk about the history of Green Lantern. If you'd like to skip history class, please skip to the timestamp posted on screen right now. Opening in 1997 as Chang at Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, the ride opened as the world's tallest, fastest, and longest stand-up coaster in the world, only to be succeeded by another stand-up coaster a year later. The ride would operate at Kentucky Kingdom for another 11 years before the ride would be removed in favor of a water park expansion. However, because of the Great Recession and Six Flags having to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, the water park expansion never happened and Six Flags would abandon Kentucky Kingdom and a plethora of other parks in 2009 to resurge out of the bankruptcy. The ride traveled up north to Chicago, where it would be installed as Six Flags Great America. However, this ride was once again canceled in favor of another water park expansion. This move was made because Great American Scream Machine, Six Flags Great Adventure's beloved Arrow Looper, was on its final leg and had outlived its service life. The park closed Scream Machine in July of 2010 and announced later that year Chang would be calling Great Adventure its new home for the 2011 season, this time being themed after the 2011 Green Lantern movie. The ride opened for season pass holders on May 19th, 2011 and held its grand opening on May 23rd, 2011. So basically, the best way I could analyze this was Six Flags had a good coaster on their hands from a smaller park that they needed to toss somewhere to prevent it from being wasted. Since Great Adventure was about to lose a coaster due to rising maintenance costs and Great America already having a stand-up, Six Flags decided to send Green Lantern to Great Adventure to save money on a new attraction while at the same time salvaging one of their investments from an abandoned park. Now, being a stand-up coaster, Lantern is one of the 4 remaining stand-ups in the United States, and since most guests have never seen this type of coaster before, a lot of guests walk up to this ride and immediately get confused by the interesting seat sitting in front of them. Unnoticed to most guests, getting into the seat is step 1 of how to enjoy Green Lantern. Step 1. Climb into the seat as if it was a normal coaster seat. The seats will all have different positions when they come back to the station due to differently sized guests riding the coaster. When you approach your seat, do not try to push down on the seat. By pushing down on the seat, you are not inflicting enough force to overcome the forces inflicted by the coaster seat. In simpler terms, the seats are too heavy for you to push down alone. You are going to need your entire body weight to overcome the force inflicted by the seat. Once you take your seat, the seat should come down with your weight, allowing you to freely adjust it to your height by sitting or standing. Now, sometimes for smaller or lighter riders, they will have a tougher time lowering the seat, so feel free to offer them some assistance if you'd like. There's also some rare occurrences where the seat may be a bit stiff and will require more force to lower the seat. If all else fails, one of the ride ops there will be happy to help you out. Once you get in your seat, pull down on your harness and buckle your safety belt. You are now ready for step 2. Finding the equilibrium. This is a big part in reducing the pain experience on the ride. Once you are touching the ground and your harness is secure, you want to find what I like to call the equilibrium. The equilibrium is when you have enough room between yourself and the seat of the ride. This is achieved when you have enough room where your shoulders are not touching the harness and your downstairs area is close to or lightly touching the divider beneath you. Everyone has a different equilibrium point, so it's up to you to find a spot where you find that you are in a comfortable position. Once you have yourself comfortable, stay standing. Do not move. Once the operator sends the train, you are now entering step 3, which is dealing with the headbanging. Now, unfortunately for most people, most riders are first-timers or guests who have been unfamiliar with the ride layout, so they are more susceptible to the headbanging on this ride. This is normal because not everyone is a coaster geek like I am. However, there is yet another solution I can offer for you, and that is step 3, becoming one with the ride. Ever watched the roller coaster POV at home and caught yourself leaning or turning with the ride as it moved in the video? You're going to want to do this here. Become one with the ride. Whenever the ride makes a turn, you turn or lean with the ride. If everything works out correctly, you shouldn't feel as much headbanging. The hardest parts to avoid though is on the incline loop. However, if you are still feeling any pain in your legs, that's all normal. These are the G-forces of the rides impacting your legs. Since you are standing up rather than sitting down, your legs are taking most of the forces on this ride rather than your whole body. It's a really cool feeling in my opinion. Once again, if all goes well, if you follow steps 2 to 3 correctly and you ride responsibly, then you may be lucky enough to experience step 4. Enjoy the ride. Stand-ups are a dying breed, having been outclassed by other revolutionary rides like the flying coaster, hybrid conversions, the single rail coaster, and other types of coasters as the decades roll by. So, what happened to the rest of the stand-ups? Most of the other stand-ups, such as those made by Intamin, have been removed except for Shockwave at Drayton Manor. As for the rest of the B&M stand-ups, they're all slowly being converted to floorless coasters. While the floorless conversion of Rougarou was a job well done, I still prefer the intensity that is offered on a stand-up. It's a really cool feeling to feel those positive G's hitting your legs as you traverse the track. It's one of my favorite parts about Green Lantern. My goal is for people to see the good in this underrated coaster, and hopefully with my knowledge and experience at this ride, hopefully you will be able to get the same adrenaline rush I get when I ride this coaster. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to comment your thoughts in the comment section below, and feel free to discuss your others on what you think about this coaster. Should Green Lantern be converted to a floorless coaster, or should it be left the way it is? Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, look forward to more videos coming soon, and as always, see you guys later.